Hey guys, how are you all doing? It's your girl CC and I'm back again today with another interesting video. I trust you all are doing great, having fun. I trust you guys are enjoying yourselves today. Thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. So as a woman, would you date a man with kids? Like, would you date a man who has, kids, maybe one child or two children? I have seen videos on TikTok which I have put them together. These women are giving reasons why they will not date men with kids. I just want us to listen to them and then, like, let's get to find out their reasons. I am sure that there are some women, that don't mind, okay, dating men with kids. But this group of women says they don't want to, like, it is not their cup of tea. Let's check these videos out.
I don't date men with kids. I have a couple different issues with it. The first one is if you're a good parent, you're probably spending a significant amount of time with your kids. You're going to school plays, baseball games, recitals. And in that situation, it's nonsensical and rude of me to expect any sort of priority in your life. And I've taken the backseat in enough relationships. It's time I'm with someone who's all about me. And if you're not a good parent and you have kids, but somehow you're never with them, why would I want you? And honestly, I don't think that mindset is selfish at all. What's selfish is dating a man and constantly trying to pull him away from his kids so that he can be with you. My other issue is I don't even really want kids right now for myself, so why would I want to play stepmommy? And also, when the kids are really young, you're probably still trying to figure out your co-parenting situation and your relationship to each other, and I don't want to be involved in all that. That's a lot. And I know some men are going to get on here and say, what about women with kids? Y'all have the right to feel the same way. Also, I ask for what I give. I don't have kids, so I'm not expecting anyone to deal with me being a parent. I make money. I have a career, I take care of myself, I don't have kids, I have a good relationship with my family, I go to therapy, I have solid conflict resolution skills. I don't ask for anything from someone that I am not giving. I understand that dating's hard enough and it gets more difficult to avoid men with kids the older you get, but I'll wait.
The other day I was watching a young lady's video and she was talking about the reason why she did not want to date a man with kids is because she had the understanding that the baby mother and the child come before her. Now, I do agree with that to some extent, but the only reason why I never wanted to get serious with a man that had kids is because I did not want to date a man that hates his baby mother more than he loves his children. For example, recently there was a guy on here asking the question, is it his responsibility to fill up his baby mother's fridge even though they're not together and he has 50-50 custody of their children? You created a broken home. That does not mean that you're not responsible for anything that goes on over there. Like, if I'm with you and you get a phone call from her saying there's no food over here, and instead of you being on your way, you're lecturing her, give me the keys. I will go get the food, and when I get back, make sure you're not here. Because although it's not your responsibility to make sure she has food, it is your responsibility to make sure your kids eat. By all means, tell her how you feel. Tell her how irresponsible it is. Ask her why she doesn't have food. Ask her if it's an issue with her managing her money. But at the end of the day, you need to be on your way with what your kids need. Because like I said before, you created a broken home. It is not natural to raise your kids alone. And a lot of times that responsibility ends up getting placed on the mother. It was designed to be a two-person job for a reason. It makes everything substantially easier. So I'm not going to blame a mother if she does need additional support, because at the end of the day, you should have been there. You should not be getting a woman pregnant unless you're ready to lead a household and ready to have a family. If you wanted a traditional life, you should have chose the traditional route. I understand divorce and things of that nature still happen, but that's totally different than getting a woman pregnant and then deciding that you don't want to be with her anymore. You created two households, so you may have to fill up two refrigerators. Consider that to be one of your consequences.
Never date a man with a kid, because these kids are ruthless, okay? So I was dating this dude and he had a kid, and I was cool with him having a kid. I didn't have no problem with it. He had a 9-year-old son. Well, one day he had texted me and he was like, I really think we have something special and I think we're getting serious, so I think it's time for you to meet my son. Now, I was like, I don't want to meet your son yet. I ain't said him that. But I was like, okay, cool. Well, if you want me to meet your son, I'll meet your son. Just to let you know that I'm serious about us too. So we had set up a date for me to meet his son. He was going to cook dinner at his house and his son was going to be over there. But the night I was supposed to meet his son, a family emergency came up and I couldn't come over. So I had texted him and I was like, I'm sorry, but I can't come over because I have a family emergency. Maybe we can do this some other time. He was like, okay, cool. Can we just do this tomorrow night? And I was like, okay, tomorrow night is great because I have no plans. So fast forward, tomorrow night comes and we're all having dinner at his house, me, him, and his son. So after we got done eating, we just sat at the dinner table for a minute and we was just talking and laughing, having a good time. All of a sudden, his son asked him, can he ask me a question? His dad was like, he don't mind. His son asked me, how did I switch my hair up so fast? He said last night my hair was curly and today my hair is straight. I looked at him and I was like, I didn't come here last night. I had a family emergency. All of a sudden he looked over at his dad and his dad is just holding his head down.
Okay, so I'm a single mom, and I've been a single mom since my son was 5 weeks old. And becoming a single mom at that, has changed my perspective on a lot of stuff, including guys with children, guys that are single with kids. And 9 times out of 10, I would never date a guy with kids. And I have a kid. Let me explain why. So the way my mind thinks of it now is that there are some women out there that are choosing to be single moms. There are some women out there that, you know, are shitty moms. There are some moms out there that did their partners dirty and, you know, the split was because of them. That's very much so possible. However, motherfucking comma, most moms are not choosing to be single moms. That's the way I think about it now. When a man is trying to entertain me and he has a child, it makes me think, why didn't you and your baby mother work out? Because now she's a single mom. You know what I mean? And when you have a kid, whether it's with someone that you're married to, a relationship with, or whatever, like, you're expecting a family. You're expecting your child to have both parents in the same house, together, amicable, in love. So when you're raising a child separately, something must have happened. And first of all, let's be for real. As moms, 9 times out of 10, we don't have time to cheat. We're being moms. Like, let's be for real. And I'm not saying cheating is the only reason why a relationship could not work. Because I've had men tell me that, oh, them and their baby mama didn't work out because their baby mama was tripping or whatever. And it's like, when a man tells me that their baby mama's tripping, and let's say their kid is like a year old, that makes me feel like, okay, so she's going through postpartum and you didn't have the mental capacity or the patience to deal with her postpartum. Especially if it's a situation where he gets his kid like every other weekend. Like, no mom is choosing that. No mom wanted that to happen. Especially if he has multiple baby mamas. If he has 2 or more baby mamas, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because I learned my lesson the first time. Why the fuck you haven't? Moral of the story is, I'm getting a private investigator on whoever the fuck I end up with next. Like, seriously, whoever I end up like dating, oh, best believe the PI is gonna be on that ass. Because these men be lying about why they're not with their baby mamas no more. They be motherfucking lying. And I'm not even necessarily thinking about baby mama drama, because ain't no baby mama drama when it comes to my child's biological father and me. That shit is over and done with. When we broke up, we broke up. But it's because of how bad he did me. And especially after the fact, the disrespect that I've gotten after the fact. So that's what made me think, like, too, like, when a situation is so volatile to the point where I won't even like entertain any type of conversation with you as your child's mother, like, as someone from the outside looking in, someone's trying to date you and that's the dynamic you have with your baby mother, that would make me side eye you too. Like, why is it that bad, the beef that y'all got? You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, there are some men out there that are genuinely good single fathers that, you know, they stepped up to the plate and they got their kids and, you know, they're doing what they're supposed to do. I wouldn't mind one like that. But once again, my PI would confirm to me that that's what the fuck that is. Because the majority of these single dads are not single dads. And I'm also going to exclude dads that have like legit court order, like full custody of their kids. Because if the court gave you full custody of your kid as a dad, then there legit is something wrong with the mama. Because they never do that shit unless they really, really have to. Because it is very possible for a mom to be a shitty mom and for a mom to, you know, go MIA on her kids and, you know, for a mom to, I've heard of that before. I know that's possible, but it's not as likely as a motherfucker to lie about why him and his baby mama not together.
Let's talk it out. I got a ton of comments on my video about my deal breakers for dating at 57 years old. And the last thing I mentioned was I won't date men who have minor children. And I said, because I'm not in that same place that I used to be. My kids are all adults. But I feel like when it involves kids, it deserves a much deeper discussion. And Derek, thank you for your comment. I have thought this through for years. And all of my experiences I post here on TikTok are actual experiences that I've had. Dating a man with younger kids is difficult, especially when you fall in love with the kids. And then there's the breakup. I don't like that feeling. And I never really know how the kids feel about it because I don't see them again. So I've decided that is just not my thing. The second reason is I respect the hell out of moms. I don't want to be put in the position of being a sort of mom to a 10-year-old or a 13-year-old. And I've been put in that position before where somebody needs a ride at the last minute, so I run over and I step in as the girlfriend and I drive them. And what I found in the past is that can be awkward for the child and for me, and I don't want to be in that spot. And then the third reason is this. Men put on their dating profiles that they have their kids 50% of the time. Well, I'm a mom. I raised 3 kids, and I know that kids are a 1,000% all-in deal. It's just how it is from the moment they're born. And I'm finally at the point in my life where I don't have to drop everything when my 8-year-old or my 9-year-old hurts themselves at school, where we forgot about a soccer game on a Saturday morning and I need to cancel a date and run over and watch my 5-year-old scramble around a field. I loved it when I was in my late 20s and 30s and 40s and raising my kids. I was all in. That's behind me now. That's in my past.
I do not date men with kids, so much so that the men that I had children with are even disqualified. Let me explain why. My first reason used to be because men don't got sense, whether that be money or the sense God gave them, whichever way you want to take it that way. So I went on a date at the beginning of this year, and I don't even want to consider it a date, but either way it goes, long story short, I felt like I was trying to be pushed to be around somebody else's child. Not even pushed, but men don't think, oh, this is my first time meeting this woman. Maybe I should not bring my son around her. Men don't think like that. I have kids. You probably will never meet my kids. Ever. Just not in this life or the next. And men, that just don't process for them. They don't think, oh, let me see how this person is first before I bring my child around them. They don't think like that. You don't know who I am. I could teach you a thing or two about strangers. I could have robbed you. Kidnapped your child. I could have did anything. That's why I don't date men with kids. It's either they in love with the person they had a child with, or they just do stupid shit. I did not realize that it was even a thing that men will date just to have a babysitter until I seen on TikTok. And I feel like that's what was happening to me. I really do. I'm glad my intuition kicked in at the same time that edible did. Yeah. And disclaimer, I'm not saying this is all fathers. If it don't apply, let it fly. If you feel some type of way, go to hell, because I don't give a fuck.
Now, I have a friend who is a single dad. He's got 3 kids, and this guy said to me that he wants, a friend. I should introduce him, which I did. I introduced him to my friend, and they were getting along. They were fine. They were cool. They actually planned to marry. Now, unfortunately, it didn't work out. And trust me, I do not know what happened. Till today, my friend have refused to open up to me to tell me what happened. But all I can say is that it didn't work out. Okay, I don't know what happened. But I remember when my friend was telling me that this man was always talking about his kids. And then he never for one day talked about her own child. But then she said that she didn't want to interfere, that of course she was looking out for him okay, are you okay? What's going on? And blah, blah, blah. And then he was telling her stuff. But it is always about his own kids. He went as far as telling my friend that this and this is going to happen to his kids when they eventually get married. I'm thinking probably it might be what made my friend to walk out of that relationship. I don't know. Like I said, up till today, she never said a word to me about what's, happened, right? But I just thought I should bring this video here. If you are a woman, would you date a man with kids or would you not? Let me know in the comments, guys. And thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, share, comment, and of course, come back for another video. I'm gonna see you all in my next one. Stay blessed. Bye.